Good afternoon, friends. We are learning Indian economy, the recent trends. Yesterday, we have learned the concept of agro-based industry, importance of agro-based industries, problem of agro-based industries. Today, we are going to learn measures to solve the problem of agro-based industry. These are some measures to solve the problem of agro-based industry. The first measure is availability of the institutional credit and finance. Regional rural banks, state finance corporations, small industries development banks, Mudra Bank, etc. can help in providing adequate and timely credit at affordable interest rate to agro-based industries. We have learned that there is a major problem of finance to the agro-based industry कि जो रिचर सेक्शन है वो बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट रेट पे उनको लोन देता है और कई बार चीट भी करते हैं, अभी टाइम नहीं हुआ होता और वो लोन मांगने की डिमांड भी करते हैं। तो ऐसे जो बैंक्स हैं, रीजनल रूरल बैंक्स हैं, स्टेट फाइनेंस कॉरपोरेशन है, स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट बैंक है, मुद्रा बैंक है, अगर उनसे लोन अवेलेबिलिटी हो जाती है तो इन इंडस्ट्रीज की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो सकती है। Second measure is improvement in production methods and use of modern technology. It is essential that production methods of agro-based industries are modernized and they use more and more of latest technology so that they can focus on high quality products with reduced production cost. This will increase their competitive capacity. Accordingly, suitable arrangements for the timely supply of implements and other essential equipments are made. Besides, such equipments are to made available to these industries at affordable prices along with the facilities of their repair and maintenance. Okay, so this is the second measure to solve the problem of agro-based industry, that improvement in production method and use of modern technology. जितनी ज़्यादा मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी होगी या प्रोडक्शन मेथड इम्प्रूव्ड होगी तो कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन भी क्या होगा, कम होगा। और अच्छी और मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए जो इक्विपमेंट चाहिए वह उन्हें कम से कम रेट पे अगर मिल जाता है, मतलब अफोर्डेबल प्राइस पे मिले और उनकी रिपेयर और डेप्रिसिएशन भी मेंटेन रहे, तो एग्रो बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री की फिनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम एज वेल एज प्रोडक्शन प्रॉब्लम भी सॉल्व हो सकती है। द थर्ड पॉइंट इज emphasis on quality product and new design. It is also essential that the products of these industries should be of high quality and in tune with the changing taste and preference. Many a time, it so happens that the producers of agro-based industries are not that much quality conscious, and some of them indulge in unfair practices like adulteration and admixture. This result in loss of market acceptability of the products, both domestic and export market. Such unfair practices have to be curbed and effective arrangements for grading and standardization of the products of these industries. है ना? अगर ये इंडस्ट्रीज क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स और न्यू डिज़ाइन पे फोकस नहीं करेंगे तो इंटरनेशनल मार्केट एज वेल एज नेशनल मार्केट में इनके प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड कम होगी। उससे क्या होगा कि डेवलपमेंट जितनी इजीली होनी चाहिए वो नहीं हो पाएगी इन इंडस्ट्रीज की। तो प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड को कंसर्न करते हुए उसकी क्वालिटी मेंटेन करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। द नेक्स्ट मेजर इज इंडस्ट्रियल एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग. It is equally essential to provide for industrial education and training programs for the enterprises, managers and workers at all levels. This would enable them to take advantage of scientific knowledge in the field of industries and adopt modern practice in their production activities. Training centers in the different parts of the country need to be set up. स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी इंडस्ट्रियल एजुकेशन और ट्रेनिंग सेंटर होने चाहिए। अगर ये सेंटर जितने भी ज़्यादा अवेलेबल होते हैं तो ये इंडस्ट्रीज ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डेवलप होंगी और मॉडर्न डिमांड और मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी को एक्सेप्ट करते हुए आगे बढ़ेंगे। द नेक्स्ट मेजरमेंट इज इम्प्रूवमेंट इन मार्केटिंग। Marketing system for the products of agro-based industries has to be improved in a big way. This is because in the absence of an efficient marketing system, these industries cannot become self-reliant. Besides, certain special measures are also called for in this direction. Thus, for example, the rules and conditions governing the marketing of the products must ensure that products of quality goods get a fair price and ready market. Effective measures to be taken to explore foreign market. The other, to likewise to widen the domestic market, a study of emerging market trends should be undertaken so that the pattern of production conforms to domestic market. The government and other public agencies may receive certain portion of their total purchases for agro-based sector. In order to overcome the various handicap of these sectors, cooperative marketing be promoted and encouraged. Diversification of market and product mix, adoption of modern marketing techniques, use of mass media may also be adopted. There is also a provision for providing government subsidy to these agro-based industries. This should be go a long way in improving the market acceptability of the products of agro-based industry. अगर ये सभी मेजर का बहुत अच्छे से इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और फॉलो किया जाता है तो हम स्मॉल स्केल और एग्रो बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री बेसिकली एग्रो बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज की डेवलपमेंट बहुत इजीली कर सकते हैं. So these are the measures of agro-based industries. So here we have completed all the topics of agro-based industries and we have covered the complete concept. Now we are going to learn our next topic, that is role and importance of small scale industries in Indian economy. We know that there is importance of small scale and cottage industry in the Indian economy, as well as MSME, micro, small, and medium enterprises. So, small scale and cottage industry occupies an important place in the Indian economy in terms of employment, growth, output, and export earnings, etc. The range of these industries is from the age-old household industries to modern mechanized small-scale units. The small-scale sector can broadly divided into two categories. First is traditional industries and other is modern small-scale industries. So, traditional industries based on traditional skills and techniques. These can further be classified into two. One, village and household industries producing consumer goods and other products, and the by hand or using simple tools like khadi, handloom, textiles, silk materials, poultry, leather products, etc. And second is handicraft like wood and ivory carving, carpet making, metal works, coir, etc. So traditional industry can be classified into these two. And modern small scale industry making use of modern technology as well as artisans workshop engage in such activities as repairing of various implements, machineries, etc. These produce wide range of goods from simple items to sophisticated produce. So here now it is very important to understand the difference between the small scale industry and the cottage industry. The difference between small scale and cottage industries can be understood by the 4 points. That is, area wise, we can find the difference, production technique wise, we can find the difference, market wise we can find the difference, as well as employment wise we can find the difference. So, cottage and village industries are mostly located primarily in the rural areas, whereas small scale industries are mostly located in the urban and semi urban area. If we see the production technique, so both are different in the small scale and cottage industries. The production technique in cottage and village industry is normally traditional and involve operations mostly by hand, which are carried on primarily with the help of the members of the family. The use of electric power, machines, and outside labor is found to a very limited extent only. The small scale industry, on the other hand, use mechanized equipment, employ outside labor, and they adopt some division of labor and specialization. So we can find the difference between these two on the basis of production technique also. The market followed by these industries are different. The cottage and village industries obtain their requirements of raw materials and other things mostly from the local market and also sell their products mainly in the local market. On the other hand, small scale industries get their raw materials not from the local market but from the national and international market also. Likewise, these industries sell their products in the national and international market as well. Thus, cottage and village industries are by and large local in character, while small scale industries are national and in some cases international in character. Okay, so these are the difference between small scale industries and cottage industries. So the next topic is importance of small scale industries. We can understand the importance of small scale industry by the employment aspects. Small scale and cottage industries have a high employment potential with less capital. They can provide employment to a large number of people. In a country like India, where there is a relative shortage of capital and abundance of labor, these industries prove to be very helpful in massive employment generation. अब इंडिया जैसी कंट्री जो कि लेबर इंटेंसिव है, तो ऑब्वियसली स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज की डेवलपमेंट से क्या होगा, लोगों को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिलेगी, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लेबर ऑक्यूपाई होंगे, एम्प्लॉय होंगे इस सेक्टर में, तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेज होगी. सो with respect to the labor intensive countries, small scale industries are very important. The second is labor intensive. Now, the importance, we can see that labor intensive here. So, labor intensive means small scale and cottage industries are by their nature labor intensive. They require less capital and more labor to the producer for a given output. Therefore, such industries are most suitable for countries like India, which are characterized by shortage of capital on the one hand and abundance of labor on the other hand. The next is low capital output ratio. Again, yesterday told you or I taught you what's the meaning of capital output ratio. The meaning of capital output ratio means how many how many units of capital are needed to produce 1 unit of output. It shows the proportion. So, low capital ratio in the small scale industries, we know that we can find the low capital ratio here. Small scale and cottage industries have low capital output ratio, that is, they require less capital to produce a given output. In large scale industries, the capital output ratio is high, but small scale industries, being labor intensive, require less capital investment. Thus, more production can be obtained with less investment. Besides, as the capital intensive of the small scale industries is low, they can easily adapt themselves with changing trend in the market demand, both domestic and foreign, and changes in the technology. So, according to the capital output ratio, if we capital output ratio wise, there is importance of small scale industries. Low gestation period. Small scale industries have a low gestation period, that is, as compared to large scale industry. They start giving production in a relatively shorter span of time. In other words, the time lag between investment and production is less in the case of small industries, and therefore they can increase the flow of consumer goods more rapidly and thereby help in meeting the shortage of essential goods and commodities. Thus, these industries, by increasing the supplies, help in keeping inflationary pressure under control. Decentralization problem. Decentralization. For the decentralization of the economic activity, small scale and cottage industries are most suitable because of low initial establishment cost and also because they do not require an elaborate infrastructure like roads, rails, houses, etc. These industries can be set up quickly in different parts of the country. Of course, it may not be possible to start small enterprises in each village, but it should be possible to select a group or a cluster of villages and start small enterprises to cater to the needs of the people living around them. Such decentralization also helps to tap people or to tap local resources such as raw material, ideal saving, local talents, and also improve the living standards in the backward regions. Besides decentralization, would also help in solving the problems of congestion in the few industry city by enlarging the area of employment. So we have learned the five measure or the five importance of small scale industry. The sixth one is balanced regional development, equitable distribution of income. It has been said that small scale and cottage industries ensure a more equitable distribution of income by two ways. One, the ownership of small scale industries is more widespread than the ownership of large scale industry. Second, small scale industries possess a much larger employment potential and therefore income gets distributed amongst a very large number of people. In other words, we can see that income generated in a number of small enterprises is dispersed more widely than income generated in few large enterprises. The income benefit of small scale industries, therefore, is derived by a large population. In this way, small enterprises bring about greater equality of income distribution. We can find the equal distribution of income on the basis of small scale industries. Next is balanced regional development. Small scale and cottage industries can be set up easily in the different regions of the country according to the development potential potential and availability of resources in each region. And in this way, they can help in achieving the objective of balanced regional development. Thus, as these industries by and large use locally available raw materials, labor, skill, capital, etc., and are set up mostly to cater to the local demand, they can be depressed in the different region of the country very easily. Dispressed in the different region of the country very easily. It may not be possible to set up the large scale industry in each region or in each district or in each taluka, but the small scale industries can be dispersed in the different areas easily and thus help in balanced regional development of the country. So on the basis of small scale industry we can find the equal balanced regional development है ना. बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज बहुत इजीली गांव में या तालुका में नहीं एस्टेब्लिश हो सकती, पर स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज फिर वो तालुका हो, वो गांव हो या फिर स्मॉल सिटीज हैं या टाउन्स हैं, इजीली एस्टेब्लिश हो सकती है. तो इंडिया इज we know that in India, the large portion is of the village and uh, last portion is of village. Rural area is more than the urban area. So to find the balanced growth, we have to uh, give the importance to the small scale industries. Use of latent resources. Small scale industries make possible the use of latent resources like hoarded wealth, native entrepreneurial ability, family labor artisans, skill, workers with the little formal training, small saving of the community, etc. It is rather a bit difficult task for the large scale industry to use these resources as they are thinly spread throughout the country. Small industries encourage the growth of a small entrepreneur classes, which introduce a dynamic element in the economy. Small enterprises help in creating a favorable environment which provides opportunities and training fields in which the local entrepreneurs take risks, experiment, and innovate. This can be seen from the experience of Japan, where small enterprises have contributed a great deal towards its rapid economic development. The next is saving in social cost. The development of these industries help in economizing social cost as they discourage large-scale migration to big cities and metropolitan areas. As the worker and the artisan get employment in the very area where they live, the social cost in terms of creating infrastructure like road, power supply, housing provision for drinking water, sanitation, healthcare, educational facility, etc. in the urban area is reduced. अगर उनको रूरल एरिया में ही काम मिल जाता है तो अर्बन एरिया में वो माइग्रेट नहीं होंगे और अगर एफिशिएंट पीपल स्किल पीपल जो स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री में काम कर सकते हैं वो माइग्रेट नहीं होंगे तो अर्बन एरिया की प्रॉब्लम्स भी क्या होंगी सॉल्व होंगी besides the concentration of large scale industries in big urban centers very often gives rise to certain social and economic evils like growth of slums gambling and adult-rated use of liquor, air and water pollution, etc. तो ये सभी प्रॉब्लम्स भी नहीं होंगी. Export earning. Small scale and cottage industries have a high export potential. The products of these industries, like handicrafts, embroidery, handlooms, and ivory products, metalworks, carpets, wood carving, etc., are in a great demand in foreign countries. ना फॉरेन कंट्रीज में इन सब की डिमांड आजकल तो वैसे ही बढ़ गई है हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स की एम्ब्रॉयडरी की कारपेट्स की. It has been estimated that these industries account for about 35% in our total export earning. Surprising, हमारी total export earning में 35% exports जो है वो small scale industries के through होते हैं. There is still an immense scope of further increase it through appropriate policy measure. इसमें और भी हम इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं अगर हम पॉलिसी और अच्छी करें अच्छे से अगर उन्हें अफोर्डेबल प्राइस में इक्विपमेंट प्रोवाइड करें तो ये इंडस्ट्रीज और डेवलप्ड हो सकती हैं और जिससे हमारी इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे डिमांड बढ़ेगी और इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जो डिमांड बढ़ेगी तो फॉरेन अर्निंग भी बढ़ेगी. तो हर तरीके से स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज की इम्पोर्टेंस हमने देखी है. यूज ऑफ लोकली अवेलेबल इनपुट्स. These industries, by and large, use locally available manpower and physical resources, which leads to more intensive use of land, forest, and mineral resources, as also product of agriculture and animal waste. This helps in developing other sector of the rural economy. Ancillary industries. Small scale and cottage industries can also act as complementary units to large scale industries. Many of the components required by large scale industries can easily be produced by small units. Thus, for example, bottle and nuts, carriers for bicycle, spare parts for automobile and refrigerator industry, etc. Small units thus can serve as ancillary units for large scale industry. It means for large scale industry, the development of large scale industry, the development of small scale industry is needed. इतनी इम्पोर्टेंस होने के बावजूद भी आज करंट ईयर में जितना स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज का डेवलपमेंट होना चाहिए उतना नहीं हुआ है, क्योंकि स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज को बहुत सी प्रॉब्लम फेस करनी पड़ती है। अगर ये प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन इनके लिए हो जाए स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री के लिए, तो लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी बेनिफिशियल होगा, एक्सपोर्ट अर्निंग में भी बेनिफिशियल होगा, एम्प्लॉयमेंट में भी बेनिफिशियल होगा। तो ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, अगर इनका सोल्यूशन हो जाता है तो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट ओवरऑल हो जाएगा। सो हियर वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ small scale industries. The first problem is problem of finance. The problem of finance, both for short term and long term, by far is one of the most important problems which the small scale and cottage industries have to face. This is evident from the fact that the supply of credit has not been commensurate with their need of working capital and fixed capital. Further, very often the credit is not made available in time, and this has been a major factor in causing much of the industrial sickness in this sector. While a number of specialized financial institutions have been set up in recent years to cater to the credit needs to the large scale industries, relatively little has been done in respect of small scale units. लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्री के लिए जितनी फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन या जितनी फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल हैं, स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए उतनी अवेलेबल नहीं है, because of the low profitability of these units. They possess low credit worthiness. As such, they have to depend on private finance, which, however, is made available to them at a much higher rate of interest. This increases their cost of production, and as a result, they find it difficult to stand in competition with the large scale industry. So, the big problem for the small scale industry is the problem of finance. The second problem is problem of availability of the raw material. Another problem of these industries is a problem of obtaining raw material. This quota allotted to them by the government is much less than their requirements. In fact, this sector gets a residuary treatment in the allocation of raw materials. So, is the case with critical input like iron and steel, coal and coke, petrochemicals, supply of power, etc. These industries do not receive equal treatment according to large scale industries in the distribution of these scarce inputs. As such, the small enterprises have to obtain their supplies from the black market at a higher price. Not only this, many a time this quality of raw material is substandard. Again, being small purchasers, these units are not able to undertake bulk buying like large scale industries. The result is that they have accept whatever is available of whatever quality and at a high price. This adversely affect the quality and cost of their production. रॉ मटेरियल की अवेलेबिलिटी और उसके प्राइजेस और जितनी गवर्नमेंट ने उनको फैसिलिटीज दी है उनको ध्यान में रखते हुए स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री इजीली रॉ मटेरियल नहीं ले पाते, और जिसकी वजह से उनकी डेवलपमेंट नहीं होती जितनी मैक्रो लेवल की या बिग इंडस्ट्रीज की होती है। ओके, लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्री की जितनी इजीली डेवलपमेंट होती है, स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री की इतनी जल्दी डेवलपमेंट नहीं होती, क्योंकि उन्हें इजीली ये सब मटेरियल नहीं मिलता, क्योंकि वो बल्क में नहीं खरीद पाते ना। लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज को बेनिफिट मिलते हैं, इकोनॉमीज मिलते हैं. इफ यू रिमेंबर, वी हैव लर्न द इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल in first year BCom. Economies of scales are those benefits which a firm or industry can achieve due to its size, है ना. तो बड़ा साइज होने की वजह से बिग स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज को, लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज को बेनिफिट मिलता है हर चीज में, रॉ मटेरियल अवेलेबिलिटी में, फिनेंस में. लेकिन स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज को बेनिफिट नहीं मिलते. ओके, तो नेक्स्ट इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ मार्केटिंग. Small scale industries have also to face the crucial problem of marketing their product. The problem arises because of small scale of production, lack of proper grading and standardization, inadequate market intelligence, competition from technically more efficient unit. All these factors act as constraint in the boosting up the sales of small scale industries. The next problem is low level of technology. Many of the units in the small scale and cottage industries use traditional techniques of production, which besides being uneconomically and time consuming, leads to poor quality of the product at high cost. The producers in this sector know little about latest modern technology for want of suitable information mechanism. Besides, there is a very little research and development R&D in this field. Likewise, whenever and whatever new is available, it is not easily transferred to them due to lack of suitable delivery mechanism. There is also no effective arrangement for imparting training in emerging technologies. The next problem is competition from large scale industries. Another serious problem which these industries face is that of competition from the large scale industries. The large scale industries are organized on modern lines and have access to latest production technology. Besides, they have the economics of scale, benefit of technology, production technology, benefit of quality control, market surveys, and market research, advertising and publicity, etc. बड़ी स्केल की कंपनी है, बड़ी स्केल की कंपनी है, उसको बेनिफिट ऑफ स्केल तो होने हैं. Benefits, economies of marketing, economies of management, economies of finance. If you remember, we have learned. Okay, so these benefits can be achieved by the large scale company than the small scale company or industry. These advantages are not available in an adequate measures to small scale industry, with the result that they cannot stand up against the large scale industry. With the liberalization and globalization of the economy in recent years, this problem has become all the more serious and acute. Although there are still about 35 items reserved for production in small scale sector, difficulty arises when these industries seek markets in area where substitutes are available. 35 commodities को small scale industry के लिए रिजर्व किया है, लेकिन इनको कब प्रॉब्लम होती है कि जब उनके सब्स्टिट्यूट अवेलेबल है. सब्स्टिट्यूट अवेलेबल होंगे तो उनको अपनी सेल में, उनकी सेल में प्रॉब्लम तो होगी. और अगर सब्स्टिट्यूट लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्री से प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं तो उसकी क्वालिटी में भी डिफरेंस होगा. They have to face severe competition from the large scale units and multinationals, and ultimately find themselves in a very precarious position due to the competition with the large scale industry. The next is inefficient functioning. Many of the small scale units are found to be functioning very inefficiently. Thus, for example, about 50 to 60% of their production capacity remains unutilized. In many cases, their managerial operations do not fully conform to sound commercial principles. Quite a good many of them have trend to become unavailable because there is a very little by way of research, survey, evaluation, etc. In matters like location, viability, market study, etc. The result is high cost and poor quality product because of the inefficient functioning, uneven dispersion. Small scale industries have also been found to be unevenly dispersed from the geographical viewpoint. Thus, for example, most of the small industrial units have remained confined to the few states. According to recent study, about 60% of the registered small units are located in few states like Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, etc. And even here, also, there is an excessive concentration of these units in a metropolitan areas and large cities. For example, Mehsana Vapi belt in Gujarat, Mumbai Pune belt in Maharashtra, etc. In other words, there has been inadequate spread of these units between different regions as also between urban and rural areas. Industrial sickness. One of the serious problems of small scale industries is their growing sickness. At the end of March 2008, the total number of six small scale industries or six small scale unit was about 85,186. The bank funds legged up in these small scale units was about rupees 13,849 crores at the end of March 2008. The loss of sickness is confirmed not only to finance, but there are substantial losses in real time terms, also like less production, less exports, and less employment. This data is of Reserve Bank of India Annual Report 2008-9. In my next lecture, we will see the current situation. Here we have learned the basic of the small scale industry, the introduction, the importance, the problems, the theoretical portion or the main point we have learned. Now, in my next lecture, we will understand all these points with the help of Indian economy. इंडियन इकोनॉमी में इसका एट प्रेजेंट क्या डेटा है, क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, कितनी स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, तो सभी करंट डेटा ऑथेंटिक साइट के बेस से कलेक्ट करके मैं आपसे डिस्कशन करूँगी. So in my next lecture, we will learn the measure to promote the small scale industry as well as we will learn the topic that at present how much finance is given, the data, classification of माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस डेवलपमेंट एक्ट 2006 वो भी हम स्टडी करेंगे. उसके बाद इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट ऑफ स्मॉल स्केल एंड कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री कि किस इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट के आधार पे या किस इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट के बेस पे स्मॉल स्केल और कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री को डिफर करते हैं. तो with the data, current data, and we know that at present Narendra Modi give more emphasis on the development of MSME. So the current scenario and the current information of the small scale industries we will learn in my next lecture. Okay, thank you.